what's up? Red Panda Anthem. Red Panda, what's good? Red Panda Anthem.
But in the world of crypto, let's just take like a quick crypto minute. So last week we spoke about the collapse of Luna, or maybe 2 weeks ago. $40 billion gone, but it was resurrected this weekend. It has come back as Luna Classic, and guess what happened?
What happened?
It collapsed again. Got up to $19 and pulled back all the way down to $4.39. What are your thoughts, man? Are we going to learn?
No, we will not learn. And shout out to BitBoy, who I posted on my page today, because even at first he hated my Ethereum take. But he then too said, hey, Citadel and BlackRock are the two firms that could destroy the users on blockchain technology. So his words, not mine, after I said it 2 weeks prior. So thank you for that. What you guys have to realize, so remember last year or 2020, when I said, when you're looking at a company, the first thing you need to do is evaluate the founder and the character of the founder. So the guy that created Luna, please put in chat, how many failed stablecoin projects did he have prior to launching Luna? Eerily enough, shout out to you. I appreciate you sending me the meme earlier. But also in a financial crash, a lot of Ponzi's get exposed. Madoff also ran a $60 billion scheme that fell apart in 2008. Do you think this is by accident? So what I'm saying, if Luna is saying, I am the stable coin or a banking equivalent for crypto, do it quietly. And I know some of you say, I don't know about crypto, and I don't know as much as you. I will admit defeat, right? But what I do know definitively is when you begin to take on State Street, BlackRock, Citadel, Bank of America, Jamie Dimon, and Chase, you have some opponents that have considerable lobbying power that have had relationships for 50 and 80 years. Not saying that we don't need a stablecoin. We do. But you don't think the banks want to occupy that space prior to, or at least ownership in the company in crypto? Who does? Be careful.
Yeah.
And also, if crypto was supposed to be the accelerator, because we no longer wanted small gains, why need a stablecoin? Because that's a banking product. That's like a money market account. I get it in theory. So I know those of you that are crypto advocates are going to be like, hey, he doesn't know, just stick to stocks. I have made sure that I've learned every market because they all tie in together. Remember when I was saying crypto and the stock market and real estate were tied in and everyone said, no, you're wrong. Troy and Rashad, get him out of here. Let me be on the show. And lo and behold, we're here. Please be careful. For any of you that are working on crypto projects, if you have an exit ramp, make sure you are getting backing from a VC or angel that has ties to bigger banks that will allow you protection. You know what QC is for Migos and Baby, even though Baby's good, protection. There's certain things they won't do to him because they know Pia become that three-headed dragon again. So when you're creating these companies, you still need protection from these banks. Can I be honest with you guys? For those of you who say who I want to take over the banking system, what's stopping them from putting the SEC and the FBI right on you?
Alphabet boys.
That's where the game is played.
Yeah.
And they don't care about the no snitching thing. They'll call Gary right now. Hey, get him. Get him. Melvin Capital, same thing. Had to unwind the fund. Great. I told some of you privately at Marcus's event, there's a difference between learning how to go to school and how to get a job inside of a fund versus learning how to trade. Most of us that are black or brown don't have the access to capital, but we know how to trade. Most of those inside the institutions have the capital, don't know how to trade. If you can bridge the gap and do both, you have an empire. That's why I'm arguing about what the definition of broke is, or even my posts on. If you don't have it. Shout out to Chris for clipping up on everything and running my social. I appreciate you too. But you have to realize the game that you're playing once you get into the financial markets. The kings at the top are always going to be the Vatican and the banks. If it hasn't changed since 1400, do you honestly think that a piece of technology that is already owned by the governments, plural, but I'll let y'all find that out on your own, do you think a piece of technology will change that? People are corruptible. And you don't think if he lost $60 billion in value. Because if I lost $60 billion, y'all be trying to kill everybody I knew.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What deal did he make to stay out of jail to then launch another project and then lose more billions?
Within a week. That's unprecedented. And that's what the part that was puzzling to me. I was like, we literally watched it, we reported on it, we spoke about it. 40 billion loss. What mindset do we have to be in to say, all right, let's give this another shot within a week's time? You know what I mean? It was just like a little confusing to me, but
hoping.
That's why.
That's too deep for y'all. Hey, y'all can put lighten up in chat. I'll get to the jokes. But if you want the truth, and then he may have one more that he tries to do. But don't be surprised if that guy goes off the grid in a little bit, and then he helps the government launch their project. That will be the stable coin that actually is stable.
High level.
I know I don't know anything about crypto. I don't. Not one thing. Even though I was in Bitcoin 2013, but nobody black didn't even touch it. I don't know nothing. Be careful. Be careful. Like if the FBI came in and raided Crypto.com, Luna, Coinbase, you don't think they're going to cooperate? Especially for all you revolutionaries. I'll lighten up. Smoothie King, tune into Essence of Volatility. Damn, I need to talk to you so I can avoid some of these pitfalls. Thank you.
Almost 5,000 people on YouTube. Hit the like button. Hit the like button and share. Hit the like button and share. Let's get over 5,000. Kudos to you guys for tuning in on a holiday, taking your education serious. So appreciate that. Let's get like one more question.
I have one question. I'm raising my hand kindly though.
Okay.
What do you guys think of Mark Zuckerberg blowing up Instagram and reformatting it to look like TikTok? Back to you guys.
I mean, that's been a formula of Instagram from day one. Whether like I said, with Snapchat, they took the reels from Snapchat. They took the stories. They took the stories from Snapchat. They took the Vine. They took the video concept from Vine. They took the long format video concept from YouTube.
Took the filters from Snap.
That was Snapchat. Yep. So they've always that's been their model from the beginning is bully the competition into submission, and it's worked for them. It has worked. So I don't think that this is the good thing. The good thing about, and this is something that this is a gem. The good thing about this for content creators is that you can create one piece of content for two platforms, because Instagram is just following TikTok. And that's why the Reels are so popular. And I knew that at some point they was going to do longer format Reels as opposed to just 60 seconds because TikTok does 3 minutes. So now it's 90 seconds. So that's going to allow you to put more content out there. So the content that you make for TikTok, you can just repurpose it very easily on Instagram. And most of the time, it'll actually even get more traction on Instagram. So that saves you time for trying to make content for two different platforms. So if you're into making content, that is actually something that's beneficial because Instagram's just copying TikTok. So now when you make content for TikTok, just put it on Instagram.
So if Gorilla Black copies Biggie, is Gorilla Black better than Biggie or Big the one?
I mean, Gorilla
got that boy in the corner.
Gorilla Black is different, but I feel like if people take people's styles and they run with it, and sometimes
don't we know?
I mean, it's like 50 Cent criticized Ja Rule for harmonizing on records, and then started harmonizing on records. Now 50, love and respect. I don't want no problem with 50. So I'm not saying that 50.
Curtis, no.
I'm not saying that 50.
This is Baby Ghost, Omari.
No smoke.
Yeah.
Mike, clip this out.
No smoke.
I don't want no problem with 50, but I'm just saying sometimes you can use your competition and actually become bigger than the competition.
Yeah, we invented the remix. They remixed it. That's all. They remixed it.
Instagram got 3 years, and then I'm telling you, 2025 Instagram dead.
2025, 3 years.
Yep, I'm taking all betters. Gervonta, y'all gonna be like, damn, he wrong. Check up, boy down.
So when you say
that boy some milk.
Shout out to Tank Davis, man.
I won all 6 rounds.
Shout out to Javante.
Active users will be down by 18%. And I put this on Twitter too when I did the calculation. 21 to 23% of Twitter users are bots. So if that's the case, what do we think it is on Instagram? That code a little bit harder to crack through. Shout out to the Red Panther team. I appreciate you for getting that data. 3 years, the users will be down probably by 18 to 25%.
All right.
I'm thinking all better. Put in chat, what other crazy shit have I said? And then it came true. Because if I'm now copying your platform, oh my God, please stop me when you need to. If Facebook is one of the greatest, if Zuckerberg is one of the greatest inventors of all time, right? Even though I told you he stole the code. So if I go in, shout out to Fat Joe, and I go get Don Cartagena 3 lyrics and I put the album out, that's not really me. That's Joe. And if I never put an album out, what happens? He was a fraud. So if he created Facebook and sold the idea and every other great idea was an acquisition and the boy ain't created nothing in 14 years, how is he a great inventor, a great creator? He's not. Boy's a thief. Kudos to Sheryl Sandberg, who came in and ran the company. That's why they haven't been able to create anything. The government will not let them acquire anything for the next 10 years. Go Google what senators and congressmen hate Zuckerberg and going to block. That's why they always put him on the stand and press him.
So let me ask you
we
this.
saw it in the stock.
If Instagram is dead, who's going to take over? Because TikTok is not really, TikTok's kind of falling off. I'm going to be honest with you. They're having a lot of issues. That people is leaving the platform. TikTok's not as hot as it was 6 months ago.
Or is it here? Is the new thing here yet?
I don't think TikTok is going to be the.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
Yeah. So it's not here yet.
You guys are saying that TikTok isn't better than Instagram currently?
I'm not on there.
Yeah.
I have an account. What I'm saying is, Ian, like, we know these things go in cycles, right? So if this goes in a 7-year cycle as far as social media platforms, we saw with Facebook, and now you're saying this with Instagram, is the new thing, well, I don't think TikTok's gonna have a 7-year run like that, but is the new thing here yet, or is somebody creating it right now?
Bill Gurley hasn't funded it yet. Sequoia. So here's how you guys know. Take me out of it, because my opinion doesn't matter at all. Who funds it? I want you guys to go to the Apple playlist and look at social media and who's at the top of that list, right? So for TikTok to be number 2 and not be a United States-based company without having an ecosystem and all those bots. Now, if the bot thing got cleared up, and let's say there's regulation around bot usage, because in Twitter's case, you're not really selling anything to users, so it's not a consumer harm. But if you're selling to advertisers, and advertisers then uncover based on what I said tonight, and then they go actually look. Now, I've been paying you guys billions of dollars, even though the platform isn't good. Now you defrauded me. Now there have to be a sweep across all social media. Now let's get all the bots off the sites. Now we're going to see what the value is. And guess who's going to come in and save the day? Bill Gurley, Andreessen Horowitz. When you start to see them put money into TikTok, and put in chat which top VCs in the United States invested in TikTok that does not like Zuckerberg, as Boosie would say. It's not about me. It's about the chain. So if Adam Silver doesn't like me, then Jeannie Buss and Bron, am I playing on the Lakers? I can score 63 a night. Bron says no. Buss says no. Phil at night says no. Boy, I am going to Indiana and playing Nap with the Pacers. Shot everybody in Nap. I won't play. It's the same game. TikTok is ranking high.
So, Ian, I have a question for you. Do you think that Meta is not a good company to be invested in then?
Well, obviously, he doesn't like Meta at all. He's very
his strategy has just been acquiring different social media. So,
here's my point.
They still have WhatsApp. So I'm like,
At some point, I think WhatsApp will be spun off and become public. I told you guys earlier this year that Facebook will fall because of these reasons. If I had, let's even take me. If Diddy, Jay, Dame, Chad from 85 South, Troy Rashad, Mike Bam don't like me, and Trap don't like me, how much coverage am I going to get in black media? Zilch, zero, nada. And if Charlamagne come in and put that stamp in, hey, brother, I don't like him. He did. Charlamagne, Boy, and y'all the same way. Y'all some kind psychos. I be telling y'all alone. Y'all gonna make it. Couple people said one thing about Charlamagne. Charlamagne did 42 deals to squash everything. Hey, you have to, please write this down. You have to know who you are competing against and what alliances they have with others that will destroy you. Beef and drama means nothing. So it's not my opinion on Facebook. I actually think Zuckerberg was the last American entrepreneur in the last 20 years to build a company of true value, even though he stole it from the Winklevoss twins. Yet and still, I'm around black people all the time. I ain't seen none of y'all with them fucking goggles on once. I got 2 pair. I haven't seen one person pull up on me in Jersey or New York or Alabama or Mississippi, Vegas, LA, Arizona, East St. Louis with them goggles on. Hardware costs too much, not nimble enough. And they didn't learn from the Google Glass fiasco. No. If I'm looking long term, and for those of you know, I've been on Facebook since 2005. Built majority of my internet fame off of Facebook. So I have vested interest in that still going well. But Facebook has a great probability of dropping back down to its 2018 low of $121.82, especially with no quantitative easing.
Yeah.
Okay. Doesn't mean I don't think the company isn't great, but I would invest in the stock long term, and it doesn't have the zeal that it wants to, and neither does Instagram.
Yeah, and I think Zuckerberg just came out last week. I know that the time frame on the metaverse itself, you know, the big initiative for them, it says 3 to 5 years out before even making any type of revenue, and so that's a $50 billion spend with no return. So that's part of it too. Wait, is that Ian Dunlap? Yeah, Ian, your hands raised.
Yes. Troy Rashad, how y'all doing? I got one more question.
Man?
I'm learning not to jump over the audio. Makes editing hard. I'm learning. Here's how you know Instagram is also falling apart. How does Instagram make its money? Everybody put the answer in chat. And go ask advertisers over a 4-year period how much of a decline in sales volume based on advertising on the platform and reach they've had, because you can only advertise to real active users when you use the ad platform. That's how you really know if a platform is working or not. If I put in $1 and year over year, is my return on leads and return on capital that I've invested, because I was in advertising first before I decided to do this Warren Buffett shit, as my uncle said, right? How much return? If you guys, every year I've seen merch gotten better. I told Bam, I said, what is this, velvet? New shirts for, I said, man, no, these shirts got to cost $90 a piece. Raise the price now, brother. Okay, got you. You guys are getting high return on each show, each product, right? When I started advertising on Instagram 3 years ago, the return isn't there. And kudos to my friends who are in the space. This is for all brands across all English-speaking countries.
This that Red Panda Anthem. Ian, what's up? This that Red Panda Anthem. Red Panda, what's good? Red Panda Anthem. Your boy going up.